Okay. Hello, Gina, Winston. How are you guys? I know you couldn't talk, but I just want to say hi. Thank you so much for joining the ISONG Research Grant webinar. My name is Dr. Grace Wu. I'm the co-chair of the ISONG Research Committee. And Dr. Xiong Chen also is a co-chair of ISO Research Committee. And so each research committee co-chair, we serve 2-year term. And this is my 2nd year. So my term will be end by November of this year. And this is Dr. Song-Yong Chen's 1st year. So she will continue to serve the following year as a research committee co-chair. The reason I told you about our turn is that if you receive a grant, you should know who you should send your final report or your 3-month report. So I will be in charge for this year's grant application, reviewing process, and the result announcement that will come from me. And after, hopefully after you receive a grant for the following year, if you need to submit 3 months update or your final report, then you will send to Dr. Chen. And I list our email address on the first slide. So you can copy, screenshot, or you can reach us through the ISONG's website. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start the presentation, and you can put your question in Q&A or in chat. Dr. Chen has to leave about 15 minutes after now for another meeting, but I will stay the whole hour to answer your question and provide you any insight that I have. So the purpose of the ISONG Nursing Research Grant is to support any study, especially pilot study that is genetic or genomic nursing practice focus. We want to promote the genomic nursing practice or nursing research to broader develop a genetic and genomic nursing science. The money that you receive from research grant can be used as a seed money to support your pilot work, and hopefully that can lead you to the future grant, a bigger grant application. Each year, we receive a number of the applications, so the process sometimes can be a little bit competitive, but regardless that we will have a pretty thorough reviewing process and a strong reviewer member to review each case. And who can apply for this grant? You must be a current member of ISONG. You do not need to be a U.S. citizen. You can be an international student, postdoc, visiting scholar, fellow, as long as you are the current member of ISONG. And you currently do not receive no more than 50,000 funding as a PI. However, if you are a student or your postdoc and your advisor or your mentor receive more than 50,000 of grant, you are still eligible to apply for this ISONG research grant because you are not a PI for that 50,000 grant. And if you currently have a training grant that is more than 50,000, for example, F31, F32, or K award, you can still apply for this research grant. And so how much our research grant provide? We provide 2,000 as a total direct funding. So no indirect cost will be allowed for your budget. And the timeline, so we request a letter of intent. The due date of the letter of intent is May 20th, midnight. However, this letter of intent is not for us to determine who can submit the full proposal. each one of applicant, they have to submit letter of intent for us to identify the best reviewer for your application. So after you submit a letter of intent, you will not receive the invitation say, hey, congratulations, you can submit the full proposal. No, everybody can submit a full proposal, but every applicant who want to submit a full proposal, you have to submit a letter of the intent. So this is a little bit different from other foundation grant. So how to submit your letter of intent? In the left-hand side, you see that's our ISO website. In the bottom, there's a letter of intent submission form. You click this form and it will have a place to enter your name, and you will upload maybe a PDF file or Word document as your letter of intent. And in the later on of the slide, we will tell you what you should include in your letter of intent. And the second deadline is June 30. That's your final proposal submission deadline. That will be in the midnight, June 30. All of the time I list here is Eastern Coast time. So the review process will take place from July to August, and you will receive a notification in late August. And also the winner of this award will be announced in the November's ISONG conference. So letter of the intent is 1-page limit. Basically, you will write the title of your proposed research and the brief description of your proposed research and the institution where the research will take place. So that's the general summary of the letter of the intent. So you don't need to put all of the proposal on the letter of the intent. The purpose of this letter is to help us to find, okay, who will be the best to review your proposal. And the proposal submission is using the link in my left-hand side. You see the grant cover sheet submission form. This is the ultimate link for you to submit your full proposal. And your full proposal should be in a one PDF attached. So if you click the grant cover sheet submission form, you will see that first, you need to enter some necessary information in the cover sheet. At the end of this cover sheet, you will see a place for you to upload your final proposal. So this has to be the PDF attachment, and it will include everything but the cover sheet. And so let's take a look. What the cover sheet is the information, right? And what's the proposal itself that you need to include? The first, you need to include 1 page of the abstract. And so the abstract need to state your specific aims, brief significance, and the brief summary of your methodology, including sample size, research design, and your data analysis. So abstract will have 1 page itself. And the following page will include proposal narrative, and this will be a full page. And so this full page does not include reference, your appendix, your timeline, your letter of support, and your biosketch. That's not included in this full page. And abstract and the proposal narrative has to be 0.5-inch margin, and the font has to be 12 and single space, and your reference has to be number reference. So no need to use APA format, just use the number reference, and that will be good. And so what this full page should include, you should include your problem statement, specific aim, your background and significance in your research design, and your method. And also the reference appendix basket, that's not in that full page. And so this slide including that full page of a proposal narrative. So first page abstract, the following full page your proposal narrative. And after you finish the proposal narrative, you should include reference appendix and your biosketch. And the reference, just use the number, and the appendix that you can include if you use interview focus group, maybe you have your interview guideline, or if you or this study already is IRB approved, you can provide your IRB approved letter. And if you use instrument like online survey, you can provide your online survey. And the finally is the letter of the support. So if you are faculty, you don't necessarily need a letter of support. But if you are a student or you are postdoc, then you need to have a letter of support from the faculty member that oversee the research. But in the past application that we still see the faculty member, they still have a letter of support from maybe their co-PI or, their research mentor. But just know that if you are faculty, letter of support is not necessarily needed. But you can include it if you want it. But if you are a student or a postdoc, then yes, you have to have at least one letter of support from the faculty member who oversee your research. And the finally is the biosketch or your CV. This only have a 2-page maxima. So you want to put the most essential information in that 2-page. And the budget justification does not have to be in that proposal narrative. We use the online form for you to submit the budget. So if you go to a website, there's a grant budget justification submission form. This is the place that you are going to put your budget. So if you click the form, it asks you to enter some necessary number and the information. So you only need to submit this form as your budget justification. You don't need to include that in your proposal narrative. And so what's the budget that you can have? So like I say, it cannot exceed 2,000, and only the direct costs that can be included in this budget. And your salary or your travel costs cannot be included in this 2,000 budget. And so reviewing process, we will have at least 2 reviewer per grant, and we use NIH style from 1 to 9. The lower the score, the better the application, the proposal itself. And after we finish the review, we will provide you the result. You receive a grant or not, but regardless, we will provide you reviewers comment and feedback. Hopefully that if you don't receive the grant, hopefully that can help you. For the next year, we will welcome you to apply again. All right, that's all from me. And this is my dog Tracker. He has a huge head. Consider his small body size. So any question that you may have? Let's see how many people we have. Anata, Carrier, Angel, and Gina, and Winston. Let's see, there's something in the chat. Is a biosketch included in the 4-page proposal limit? No, the 2-page biosketch does not include in the 4-page proposal limit. Can letter of support from mentors, or it should come from someone that won't participate in the proposal project. So the letter of support is supposed to be from the faculty member who oversee your proposed research. So the letter of support should be the evidence that tells us that, okay, the research you propose will actually is feasible, and somebody will oversee or mentor you to complete that research that you propose. How many grants are available? So this year, we only award for one applicant for 2,000. I'm doing my PhD, but at the same time, I'm a clinical nurse. I need a mentor support. So in this case, if you are doing your PhD, you should have your PhD advisor. And so your PhD advisor can provide the letter of support to demonstrate, your capability to carry on the proposed research that you propose for this grant. Okay. And if you are faculty, previously we saw faculty as their department head. Maybe their faculties in the undergrad division of School of Nursing, they asked their division head to write a letter of support, telling the division will give the necessary support for this faculty member to finish her research that she proposed for ISO grant. If you have a secondary data and you are doing bioinformatics, and can you use the grant fund to support data processing? Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay. Yes, secondary data analysis is welcome, especially for genomic research. That's very common methodology, so that's definitely. And also, this 2000 can be as part of your larger project. For example, you already have your PhD dissertation study going, but you just need this 2000 to pay for data analysis software, or pay for interview transcript, or pay for a certain part of your larger research project. And you also can do that. We saw that kind of application before. But in your budget justification, you just need to make it clear what this 2000 is going to support. Okay, let's see. Yeah. All right. Should we put a permission of the questionnaire? That's not necessarily required. But if you have already have a permission for the questionnaire you want to use, you can put it in the appendix. Yeah, as long as the questionnaire is already published in general in the science world, that's for the public use. You don't necessarily need author's permission unless that questionnaire have not been officially published yet, and you need to request for the permission for the questionnaire. For example, PTSD, that's already published, being used, PTSD checklist have been used many years. Or quality of life, those kind of a questionnaire has been officially published and been used many years. So that kind of question, you don't need a permission. One thing that I want to mention is that if your study involve human subject, and you collect first-hand information, then you will need IRB approval. I mean, after you receive a grant. After you've been awarded a grant, we will need the IRB approval before the grant can be wired to your institution. But in the submission process, you don't necessarily need an IRB approval letter. But if this study is your mentor study and they already have IRB approved, and you use the secondary data from your mentor's research project, then yes, you can provide your mentor's IRB approval later. All right. Any question? Any question about the online submission, the form and everything? And this is the application application instruction. And so the good thing about this PDF file is that it has a link to all of the form that you see in my left-hand side of the screen. And so basically, if you download this PDF file, those link in this PDF file will lead you to the form in our website. Okay. You say we will receive our score late August, but will the person who received the grant be notified sooner? No, everybody will receive the result at the same time. I'm wondering how many of you thinking about applying for this year? The good thing about this research grant is that it's almost guaranteed, not guaranteed, but almost happen every year. We provide this research grant every year. Some year we provide 2 awards, and some year like this year we provide 1 award. So I'm interested in that. How many of you in this meeting that I'm thinking about submit your application this year? Yeah. Thank you, Gina. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. Again, we, yeah, and yeah, that sounds wonderful. Again, ISO is an international organization, so applicant for this grant does not have to be the U.S. U.S. Citizen. And we in the past few years we receive grant from Italy, grant application from Italy or from other country as well. Yeah. Any question about post award process? Oh, great. Wonderful. Any question about post-award process? How many persons are likely to receive a grant? Yeah, this year will be only 1. This year we only provide one award. Are the fund dispersed to the institute? Yes. The fund will have to distribute to your institution. So this funding will not go into your personal bank account. It will have to go into your institution as a research funding. All right. Any more questions? Especially the post award, like you know what you should write if you receive the award. What you should write for the final report. So the final report is in this link, the research grant final report. That you just need to fill out the necessary information and wait a second. And this is yeah, I think that we need to fix this final report link because it should have a place to upload your final report. So basically, final report, you should submit it 90 days after the grant is finished. When you submit this grant, you can choose 1 year or 2 year period of your grant. But after you finish it, the grant, after 90 days, you need to submit the final report. The final report will cover, it does not have to be it does not have to be a publishable manuscript. You just need to tell us the summary of your project, and you know, if you recruit participant, how many participants you recruit, what's the initial data analysis look like, what's your brief reflection and the recommendation, and any publication or presentation of an abstract from this proposed research. So your final report should be a summary of the progress of your proposed research. What does the final manuscript? Is the manuscript that? No, the final report does not need to be a manuscript. It is a summary of the progress that you have. For example, some of the awardee, when they finish the project, they submit a final report that they have not finished the data analysis yet. So they just tell us how many participants they already include and what's the demographic of those participants, and just tell us that the data analysis is still in process, and that is good enough. Which institute is convenience for my husband? You want to have an institute that know how to handle external grant funding. So normally university has a more experience to handle the grant funding. So your university should have a grant office that can receive the grant funding from the ISONG, and your university will open a research grant account for you to utilize that. In my experience, in other country, normally hospital does not have a grant office, so they don't know. Normally, they don't know how to handle external grant funding. So I would suggest if you affiliate with both hospital and the university, maybe choose a university as the institute that receive the grant money. Is there a time limitation that the award period has to be finished? Yes. So you can choose 1 year or 2 year. Okay. So where is the, yeah. So you can you have option for choose 1 year or 2 year grant. But again, this is the very small funding, and we are international international association. So even you choose, let's say you choose 1 year, but at the end of the 1 year, you realize that you need more time to finish it. Your proposed project, you can send co-chair of ISONG Research Committee a no-cost extension. So no-cost extension, basically, you just request, say, hey, I need more time, but I don't need more funding. Can you give me another extra year or another extra 6 months for me to finish that? And so because if you receive this external funding from us, your university grant office will give you like if you choose 1 year, they will give you 12 months for you to finish your funding. So by request a no-cost extension from ISONG, you can ask your university going to your system to extend that time period, maybe from 12 months to 18 months or to 24 months. So the university will create a bank account for your research, for your ISONG research grant, right? And that bank account can be extended for however long that you need. So if you need a no-cost extension, all you need to do is to email the current co-chair of ISONG research committee and tell the co-chair that why you need a no-cost extension and how long of the extension that you need. Should I include a proposed timeline in my proposal? Yes, yes. Yes, that should be included in the proposed timeline. You can put in the appendix, so that will not account for your full page. In the appendix, you may have appendix ABC, right? And appendix D can be the timeline of your proposed research. In that timeline, if you recruit participants, you can say months 1, 2, 3, 4, how many participants you are going to recruit, and what's the data collection phase, what's the data analysis phase, etc. And you can use a table as an appendix, so help us to understand the timeline. And timeline also very important. It shows the feasibility and your capability for you to finish the project that you propose. And again, because this is only 2,000, so if you propose to let's say you propose to recruit 300 people using this 2,000, and most likely the reviewer will say that then our grant is not for your proposed study. So think about the scope that you want to write in your study. This is the seed money, so we are not expect you to carry on a full mixed method, so complicated type of research. We just want to see how this 2,000 can help you to maybe finish a part of your research. All right. I don't see any question. Let me stop sharing. I don't see any question in the Q&A or chat. Let's see. Yeah. So again, where's again? Do you guys have my email? Let me show you my email again. Where's my email? Okay, here. This is my email and another co-chair's email. So shoot us an email if you have any question, and best luck of all of your application. And I will see you next time. Bye.